Congrats! You've just scored an interview for your dream job. You're sure you're a good fit, but there's one question that you're dreading. How do you explain this gap in your employment? Oh boy, there it is, the pink elephant in the room. What makes this question so challenging is that the answer is typically personal or uncomfortable. Wouldn't it be great if you could just say, it's none of your business? Unfortunately, that's generally not a great response if you want the job. So today, we're going to discuss what you can say instead. And in doing so, you'll turn a potentially awkward question into a moment to shine. Sound good? Great. Let's get into it. What is up, Explearners? Mary Daphne here of Explearning.co, where we believe social skills are the key to the good life. What's the good life? It's where you call the shots, you have a crew you can count on, and you're on a mission that you care about. Before I jump in, I encourage you to check out our comprehensive small talk guide. Just click the link in the description box below to get the free downloadable delivered straight to your inbox. Okay. So the interviewer wants to know what that employment gap is all about. Let's start by understanding why they are asking that question. The interviewer's goal is to assess if you're a good fit for the company. Among other things, they're looking for resourceful, hardworking employees. Now, they don't necessarily expect you to be continuously employed throughout your career. Everyone takes breaks, but they do want evidence that even during your breaks, you've made good use of your time. If someone is productive during their personal time, that demonstrates they have a strong sense of intrinsic motivation and personal drive. That often signals a productive employee. So that's what they're looking for. Evidence that you like to put your mind to work, whether or not you're being paid to do it. They want to be sure that you didn't go soft or become rusty during your time off. And that leads us to our strategies for forming a compelling response. Our goal with this response is to demonstrate that even when we weren't employed, we were making the most of our time in a way that increases our value as an employee. Let's break our response into two possible categories. The first is professional development. So your first option is to demonstrate how you use your gap in employment to develop yourself on a professional level. With this approach, you would want to point to specific skills that you developed that make you more qualified for the job. This could be in the form of online classes for a programming language or spreadsheet software like Excel, or a deep dive into email marketing. Be as specific as possible. Describe what resources you used, how you scheduled your day to maximize productivity, and any certificates that you earned. Walk them through the key takeaways from your learning process and be sure to mention any final projects or portfolios that you produced during that period of time. Ideally, you can direct them to a website or URL that features whatever it is that you accomplished so that there's visible evidence of your hard work. Your objective here is to point out the ways that you sought to hone your craft and make yourself an effective knowledge worker. It's about connecting the dots between the subset of skills that will enable you to perform at higher levels. The second category is personal growth. So your second option is to frame your gap in employment as an opportunity to develop yourself on a personal level. This may feel a bit squishier than professional development, but the fact is that a healthy and refreshed employee is much more productive than a drained, burnt out one. So prove to them that your time off was not only salubrious, but also invigorating and one of meaningful personal discovery. You can share books, podcasts, YouTube channels, and other resources that have helped you improve specific aspects of your wellness and mental resilience. Perhaps you achieved an impressive fitness goal, such as a long-distance run or a new belt in a martial art, which would demonstrate commitment and perseverance. Or maybe you lived for a year in a distant, unfamiliar country where you learned a new language and exposed yourself to a radically different culture. This would highlight your resourcefulness, adaptability, and willingness to take risks. Similar to a discussion of your professional development, you want to point to specific, deliberate decisions you made to reinforce an aspect of your personal development. Describe in detail how you were challenged and how you benefited from the experience. The great part in discussing personal growth is that it reveals intriguing dimensions about who you are as a person. It shows that you're more than just a productivity robot. This helps establish a deeper rapport with the interviewer and helps demonstrate your personality fit at the company. So there you have it, 2 compelling ways to answer the dreaded question about your employment gap. To recap, you can frame your time off as either a period of professional growth or one of personal growth, or even both. The key is to be honest and specific. Show that you spent your time productively and strategically. Demonstrate what you learned from the experience and point to any accomplishments you achieved during that period. At the end of the day, your objective is to prove that you're more valuable now after your employment gap than when you were last employed. If you feel like you don't have a compelling answer for either of these categories, no problem. Your task is to sit down and think about how you can create a growth experience for yourself. Plan it out in writing, get your friends and family to weigh in on it, and then go get it done. When the time comes, this question will be an opportunity for you to demonstrate a wide range of compelling personal and professional qualities that will impress the hiring manager and significantly improve your odds of landing the job. So now that I've shared our thoughts, I would love to hear how you would answer this question. How might you make the most out of your time off? How would you turn this into an opportunity to show your strengths? Share that with me and the Explearning community in the comments down below. And if you loved this lesson, please be sure to let me know. You can give this video a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to join our tribe of Explearners so that you never miss a lesson. And if you ring that bell, you'll get notified about our new lessons and our weekly live streams. Email this video to friends and coworkers who also want to supercharge their social skills. And while we're at it, feel free to also share it with your friends on social media as well. And remember, the write-ups of these lessons are always available on our blog at explearning.co/blog. With that, have an awesome week, Explearners. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time for your next Explearning lesson. Happy Explearning!